Welcome back my super engineers, and as you can see we are on the history of the Python programming. Well, to know the history is very important because the man whose photo you are able to see, whose image you are able to see is Guido van Rossum. I really hope I have pronounced it correct. He created the Python programming in 1980s and its first public release was in 1991. So it was pretty much recent phenomena, and it's the phenomenal language because of its ease, because of its access to read the data, because of its flexibility. Well, more can be said in the Python than the one lecture itself. So the word Python itself came from the Monty Python Flying Circus, as the Sir Van Rossum himself told us. But as you can see in my slides, I have kept the little beautiful snakes here because I think the snake is more popular when we think of the Python. In most of the books you are able to see the snake, not the Monty Hall Python Circus, right? So that made it more famous. So why Python? Why not any other language? Well, first, it's easy. Second, you can see the NASA, ISRO, Google, Facebook, FBI, MIT, and so many organizations are using that. I hope you get my point by this example, that if these organizations can use the Python, so it can really work out with the complex data structures. It is having sophisticated libraries to be used. You can use the advanced maths, you can use the accounting, you can make the games, you can create virtually every possible stuff that can be made. You can make it in Python. Even, let me tell you, if you are started using the quantum computer or learning the quantum computer, one of the pre-requirement that is mostly suggested is to have some basic knowledge of Python. At least some basic knowledge of Python is required, because the simulations are actually created in the Python itself for the quantum computer. That's the completely next generation or next level or the next revolution that is there in our era. So as an engineer, if you are thinking that everything which can be done in the computer one has already been done and there are so many less softwares, we can just work on the better service and all that, you are completely wrong, because we are on the greatest time in the history. Because as the Charles Babbage started the revolution of computer, it gone through a long phase of the discoveries and inventions and everything. We are in the pretty much the same phase. Our era's geniuses are still had to work. You are one of them, I am one of them, we can be one of them who work on the quantum computers, develop the algorithms. We can actually change the way it is possible, because we have discovered that even the fastest supercomputer that we can ever make using the traditional or classic method of the binary, which is zeros and ones, cannot solve few of the problems even at the end of the universe. So that's very sad for us, because we are not able to do that. So there can only be two parts from here. Okay, we can do so many things, so let's focus on that. Or as an engineer, or as scientists, or the group of the people who lives with the curiosity, solve the problem, take the challenges, we can actually create something new. And that's how the quantum computers actually took its birth. And trust me, you are going to see its phenomenal development in just 1 or 2 decades. It's already developing at very fast rate in the companies, but in the commercial world it has not came yet. That's why it is not popular among us. But you can learn the skills, you can polish your skill in the computer fundamentals, computer foundation, then you are able to easily understand that level, because that level actually needs you to be mastering the classic concepts. Then only you can elevate on that basis and can learn the more things. I hope this much elaboration is enough about the Python and why we should use the Python. And here is the simplest comparison as an engineer that I would like to tell you, that both these programming languages, Java on the left and Python on the right, giving us the same output, hello world. So what in the Java we have to write? We have to write class, hello world, dot, use the parenthesis, we have to use the bracket, curly bracket here, then we have to write and call public static void main, then we have to declare that yes, it's the string, and then we have to put some space in the form of the big brackets that we have to write the arguments or args, and then have to system.out because we want some output, and print ln means print line, then we have to write the hello world, and then when it gets compiled we are going to see the result as hello world. What does Python actually do? If Python programming was a person, it should be looking to this programming just with the open mouth. Oh wow, what we have written. See what I have done here. Just write print hello world and that is hello world. So now you get the quick comparison. It's pretty much the same for other programming languages. If you compare the Python can be written in the very short form. That is the advantage of the Python, and that's why most of the programmers are saying that they have to start with the Python. If you are a new beginner, you should start with the Python. If you are elevating your skill, you should have to start with the Python. But the Python is having so many colors these days. Python can be used for the artificial intelligence, data learning, machine learning, development. You can use it in the robotics, you can use it for the general purpose, you can use it for making the website. The Facebook is made in that. You can use so many ways the same Python programming. So you have to decide that which libraries you are going to learn, what is the Python programming side that you are going to learn. So in this course, in this section, we are going to build a common foundation for that entire big thing that the Python can do. Python is having thousands of the hand, and we are going to try to put all that hands in one course to build our foundation. Then you can work on the muscles of those hands and you can build actually something great. So that is the purpose. I hope you have understood the history and why the Python programming is important and why you should use the programming, as in the quick comparison we just have seen in the Java and Python. Now we are going to actually jump into the Python programming itself. We are going to use and develop the Python programs. So see you in the next one. Take care. God bless.